This is day 2 of 5 announced Washington fisheries shrimp dates for the Hood Canal. So we have a pretty big crew here. We're one under boat legal capacity. So we're at 8 people. It's a zoo, yes, and we'll show you around here as the day goes. Son-in-law just got back after 118 day patrol, 119?
Long time.
Long time on the USS Maine, so he's glad to have some fresh air, and we'll spoil that with a little cat food and Alaska fish fertilizer here in a sec. So we're going to get underway from Pleasant Harbor and go catch us some shrimp. Welcome back to my backyard. We are once again shrimping in the Hood Canal from Pleasant Harbor, Washington. Shrimping in the Hood Canal brings out the most boats for each of the limited 4-hour fisheries the state allows annually, and it's a good idea to get a moorage to avoid ridiculously long lines at the canal's few public boat ramps. We got about a 10-mile run to get to our sweet spot, and a little bit of a haze out, but it's supposed to burn off by 11 and get up to 70 here early in the afternoon. So we'll be over there here in a sec. We're about a half mile out from our spot here in front of Big Beef Creek. One thing we have going against us today we didn't have Wednesday is there's a huge tidal movement. We're at peak low right now. I think we got about an 8 or 9 foot tide change. So we'll see how that affects our bait. Wednesday we didn't have any. Today we have almost the max, so we'll see. We are at our destination amongst the other fishermen and will now start to scan the bottom, looking for possible schools of shrimp to target. We expect them to be around 190 feet deep. There are thousands of species of shrimp adapted to a wide variety of habitats. Today we're going after spot shrimp. We are starting to bait up our gear. We're about 12 minutes out, and Rick and Mikey are setting up for the first one. Kian is hanging out, or is it Funkmaster K?
Funkmaster K is here.
In his house?
Yeah.
Michelle, how is it being stuck in the women's quarters?
Oh, well, that was the wrong thing to say, because it's about to become men's quarters.
We got 8 people in here. One thing they got is a lot of food, but they have no spatial awareness, so it's been a little rough bobbing around this morning, right? How's that coffee? Or is that a cocktail?
Not yet.
Yeah, all right.
But it might fix the...
Butch, the cameraman today.
Woo, Razorbacks.
And then, of course, you know Funkmaster K from his Columbia River exploits.
Oh, yes.
And Mikey from his double halibut a couple years ago.
Ready to catch 2 shrimp.
Yeah, there you go. And then, of course, the always camera present Rick.
Oh, gross.
The off halibut guy.
Oh, that's good looking bait right there.
Rough.
So probably with a few new crew members in such a tight space, it's important to let everyone know what task they'll be performing ahead of time. Got see better than these clips.
Okay, me either. We'll figure it out.
Kian has crabbed, and it's similar. Just shrimping is a high pressure thing. Because they only give you a few days, 4 hours. You get your 80 shrimp, so everybody tries to maximize it. And that's why if you look at a lot of these boats close up, we'll try to get them as we go by. They're packed with people.
The big trick to it is when you get to the end of the rope, make sure there's a buoy on it.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody once threw a pot over without.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Do you attach the buoy before or
The
after?
only thing worse than throwing a pot without attaching the rope to it is throwing a pot with the rope to it and not attaching the buoy to it.
That's what I'm
Then
saying.
you lost the line and the pot.
So you attach the rope to the pot, throw the pot, and then you wait until it's out and then put the buoy on the rope?
Yeah, because you can't hook the buoy. It's
To
on
the
the
end of it,
ends
okay,
on the
okay.
spool. We got to cut it, so you got to know where that fillet knife is at all times.
To cut the zip tie?
Yep, there's a zip tie at 400 feet in, you'll see it. We've got our first undersea life here on the fish finder. Okay, 2 minutes. Go ahead and load it.
Load them.
We make our bait in two distinct mixes, thick and thin. Thin to do most of the chumming and thick to keep them eating while the pot is soaking. The bait consists of a fish-flavored wet cat food, ground mackerel, vegetable oil, preferably used, clam juice, and Alaska fish fertilizer, possibly the stinkiest stuff known to man. The thin mix needs to stay in the bait bucket until ready for use, or it will seep out of the mesh can before it goes down in the pot.
That's good.
All right, it's 9 o'clock. First pot's going in. Let's do it, boys. Marking it. Toss it. Faster, Cam. Yeah. Let's get that line out. It's lead-weighted line.
With all of the competition, it's important to get our bait down and chumming as soon as possible. Speed matters.
You've got 400 feet to go. It's probably a little ways out.
Yeah, see how he's just throwing line?
Yeah. That's what we need to be doing.
Yeah. It's hard to do when they're schools like this.
First buoy in the water. Send it. Okay.
Nice.
Second pot is in. And the messy, complicated process continues until all four are in the water.
That's thick.
Oh yeah.
That's thick. Here we go.
Brent, hand me another green one. Big green one.
Yep.
You got the
Third buoy about to go in. We are 12 minutes in here. We'll get it around 15 minutes for all four of them. Got it?
Float him in.
It's a double. Send it.
Double.
What do you use? Okay.
Okay, good.
Yep. We're gonna look inside the cabin. The girls were a little cranky when we came out because we were bobbing a bit and they were getting a little queasy. But if you take a look now, they've started cackling so much they don't even remember they're in a boat.
I was like, never saw him fly before, ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Never flown.
It's almost like substituting decaffeinated coffee for their regular brand. So we kind of got away from the fleet. We're going to throw one on the perimeter. Throw it. And we just rolled over this huge plume here. Do it. So that's fourth spot in the water. We'll get the buoy hooked up and then we'll have a little cleanup. Yeah. And then we'll hang out for an hour, eat some cheese whiz and Triscuits and Dr. Peppers, and maybe have a cocktail. I'm an afternoon guy. I mean, like, as in not before 12, but shrimping, we might let our guard down. Yeah.
Brianna?
So, cold? Crew likes to complain a lot. And you know what they say? A complaining crew is a happy crew.
With all the gear soaking, the deck is relatively clear, and this is a great chance for everybody to come out and enjoy some fresh air.
Right? It's 10 o'clock. It's been 1 hour, and as you can see, some people are starting to pull their pots. We let the head poppers come up for some fresh air here after we got all the pots in the water, but now we're kind of moseying our way over. It's 10:02 right now. We'll be pulling our first pot here in a sec. Let's feel.
Rick mounts the electric pot puller we'll be using to haul in the pots.
This time.
So, just tell me what you need me to do.
Unhook the buoy. Hand it up forward. It's coming up here shortly. This will be the moment of truth. We are in a serious group of pot buoys out here.
Yeah, we are.
Loaded. Absolutely loaded.
Though we got a good bit of shrimp in our first pot, we have 8 tags of 80 per person to fill, so we're gonna have to work for them today.
Jumpers.
Push those right there. Just push them up through the mesh. Yes, there you go. Don't be afraid of them. They call them shrimp for a
Yeah,
reason.
they're not. No claws.
So it looks like our first pot had about 100 in it, so we had to make a little bit of new bait here, and we're getting ready to send it. We got away from the fleet a little bit. We got an incoming tide coming, so we're downstream, everybody. Hopefully we can get them going again. Here we go. Let's get that line out. Oh, not too good.
Bringing in the rope from the second
We
part.
got about 100 in our first, and we're pulling our second now. I moved them over out of the fleet.
Yeah, that's what we're doing too. Trying to get out of the way of everybody here.
Oh man, that's nothing. Wow. Wow. Hal Brent, our second pot, had a dozen.
Okay, so this guy
Not even
in us.
Something ain't right. Was
Oh, is this open? That's this guy.
Turns out that when you don't close the exit door, the shrimp leave before we can pull them up.
Brett, you ready?
I am ready. Drop it.
And just feed her. Just start throwing line.
And the good news is number 3 is right here in front of us. 161 in our first pot. We only got 11 in the second. One of the doors was open, so we're hoping that that's the reason. I'd sure like to see another 160, and we're picking up our third pot right here. That's now had an hour and 40 minutes soak, hour and 30 minutes, so we're hopeful. Got a nice one here.
Watch the ropes.
Yep, right behind you.
Oh, nice, yeah. It's not the same as the first one, maybe a little less. Nothing like Wednesday.
There's a bucket.
All right, so that looks like another 2 limits. Maybe we should try to find a way to put one
let's
back
tip it.
down
Here's
here.
the door.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm scooting over to number 4. Trying to avoid this here.
Because we're reusing pots today, we're coiling the lines on the deck in order to save time.
Halliburton, Naughty Girl Radio Check. Funkmaster K's got cat food all over his hands, so he wants me to feed him one of Danette's homemade chocolate chip cookies. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Brianna? Me hand feeding Kian?
It could be worse.
Yeah. He's not making it too sensual.
I could.
I know.
Then exactly how you explain the tongue.
Fourth pot coming in. So far we got about 4 limits, about halfway there. And we're about 30 feet from the top right now. I can see it on the fish finder. So let's look over the side here and see what Rick's bringing in. And it should be about there. There it is. Lots of color.
Like to hear
This
that.
is the pot we've been waiting for.
Oh,
right?
Like to hear that.
All right, right behind you, Pete. Help.
Oh, there was 2 or 3.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, all right, we're back in the game, folks. I can't get the damn thing up. We are back in the game. It's coming.
You can't pick it up.
Shit, all I'm doing is sloshing it.
Somebody help him out.
Somebody
Can't
help
get
him.
over there.
You can't
Use
get
those toe boards.
Got it. Look at that.
There's a 300. Nice.
Good pot.
Open that window. I suspect about upper 200 to 300 shrimp in it. Oh, man. Number 4.
Yeah, our last one was the best one too, but we're right around 5.5 limits now.
This one will put us at 5, maybe 7.
Shake it,
6 or
brother.
7.
Hold on.
Okay.
Feels a lot better after the way it started.
Yeah, let's we're gonna watch your face there.
WDFW didn't do us any favors on that tide shift. Tide was pushing pretty hard.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the big turn right now.
I'm not counting, so.
We jumped in the. I'll get it in a minute.
Is there one inside?
Did you give him one?
Yeah, I gave her one.
Welcome to the shrimp killing fields. So, Kian, do you think these shrimp are praying to their shrimp god?
Oh yeah.
So they're not praying for the harvest.
Oh, sorry.
They're praying for a little afterlife action, aren't they?
Let's take a look at Hal's haul.
Here it comes.
Little late.
Okay, bye.
Oh, nice.
Pulling our last pot of the day, and we only need 9 more shrimp for everyone on the boat to limit out.
Yeah.
And there's 20 or so there.
20 or so. Yeah, we need 9 for.
So, Ken, your first time shrimping, what do you think?
Solid.
Solid?
Yeah.
Mikey?
Pretty cool.
It's a good time.
Works. Good, good. All right.
Sitting on my ass doing nothing. but
What do
it's
you
pretty
think,
awesome.
Bud? Good
I love
stuff?
it. Love it. Good
Well,
time.
when we have less guys on the boat, you'll be doing more work.
Okay, I can do that.
Well, it is 12:45 and we're pulling in. We had to do 2 rounds of pulls. We had 8 people on board. No, don't quit talking just because I'm doing this filming thing, guys. And
Okay, so anyway.
there we go. Yeah. So what happened was 2 of our pots, the lids were left open. So we may reintroduce keel hauling to the Naughty Girl in the
I don't know what's.
the ladder of behavioral modification means. So we're entering into Pearl Harbor, Pleasant Harbor here, and it was a great day on the water. Kian, how was your first day shrimping?
That was pretty sweet. A lot better than last time we were out here. Caught nothing. We caught a significant amount
Yes, we
this
did.
time.
Yes,
so
we did.
we had a fun time.
Mikey,
Awesome, as always.
Rick.
Didn't quite limit out the lobster, but maybe next time.
Yeah. Other coast, I think we'll be okay. Brianna.
I almost puked.
Yeah. Brianna got a little seasick up front.
I am a little jealous of those.
Ladies?
Hello.
Hey.
Catching halibut and shrimp.
I am the master head popper.
She is.
Guys, that's,
She is the master.
Although Butch helped.
and they get 2 halibut.
All right, so we're going to shut her down, put the boat away, and get ready to come back out here in 10 days. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on our next adventure.